Hello, my friends. I'm back visiting home, which means that I'm trying to find things to do while I'm at my parents' house. My friend Josh from the Josh Speaks reminded me that I could pull out my old yearbooks and show you guys my young teenage life. So, oh my gosh, that's a lot of yearbooks. So, pulled them all out, at least what I could find. So fourth and third grade, and then one middle school yearbook. I don't know where my other middle school yearbooks are. And then high school, which are giant. Why are they so big? Well, hello. You got a cat friend. Do you need to be involved in this? No. I don't really have a plan for this video, which is usually, that means things can turn out like really well, or it can just be a total disaster. So we'll see what happens. Where to start? Let's start at the beginning though. Oh, this is my second grade yearbook. Holy cow, I miscounting my years. Let's look at tiny baby Kaitlyn. Here is little, focus, dang it. There we go. Here's baby Kaitlyn. That was when I was still like cute. I'm sure my parents would argue with me and say, but you were always cute, Kaitlyn. I got glasses in after second grade, and I just sort of feel like I got kind of like dorky looking. Not that glasses are dorky, definitely not, but the glasses I wore were kind of dorky. We're all such little babies in here. It's honestly really fascinating because the people in this yearbook have got, like, we're in second grade here. They have second graders, you know? Let's move on. So that was second grade. So then this would be third grade. How old am I? I don't know. Okay, this is what I was talking about when I said that second grade, still cute. Third grade, got kind of dorky. I don't know, we did this, our third grade picture just hanging from something in the playground. Oh, this is really cute. Okay. This is me on the very last page. It says, see you next year. And look at me being adorable. Aw, that's the YouTube Kaitlyn that you guys know. Let's move to middle school, which I think this would be my 8th grade year. 2004. Yeah, 8th grade. Why I decided that I needed to decorate my face with me, who knows? I wasn't really in any organized, like, sports, you know, like extracurriculars to do. Volleyball, football, soccer, cheerleader. Definitely was not a cheerleader. Somebody with their face in a pie. Was I in choir? No, I wasn't even in choir. I was in like the tech club. That's what I did for my extracurricular thing. I mean, are you surprised by this in any way? No. Why was I in here? Like, I wrote pep rally. Pep rally. What was I doing? I'm like, I don't like the way that this yearbook is done, so I'm just gonna put my own notes in here. Okay, let's look next at high school. We're in color now. Look at that. So freshman year, so I was in show choir. That was probably like the main thing that I was a part of. Yeah, I think right there. I think that's me. The best thing probably to do is to look in the index. So where are we? 89, 90, 167, 175. Here's me on the nice crack of a page. Great design, guys, great. What does it say? While looking for her work, Kaitlyn Pendleton searches through her locker. Students found lockers helpful because they didn't have to carry all their books throughout the day. These yearbooks, like, I know they were trying really hard, so, and I shouldn't be too judgy, but I remember being in high school and reading these yearbooks and being like, who wrote these captions? Yeah, look at me. So cute in my pink shirt. All right, over the other pages, 167. The bells were the all-female show choir, and there's me. And then 170 something. Yeah, it was an SCA, which I don't remember being in, but it was one of those things that if you were a high-achieving student, you should be in SCA. So I started out small. Started out small freshman year, only had 2, I guess, real extracurriculars. I've talked a little bit, but my boyfriend, Eric, we went to high school together. We actually met my freshman year, his sophomore year in biology class. Oh. But it's funny to be able to go back and be like, oh look, here is my current adult boyfriend who was a child. Oh yes, he's so little. There we go. Look at cute with his poofy curly hair. Oh, I loved that hair. That was my thing back then. He's adorable. Okay, sophomore year. Ooh, it's so heavy I can't even like pick it up. Woo! So the goal seemed to be in high school to get more and more pages in the yearbook. All right, 46, 45, 80, 81, 82. I might have to come back and look at that again. It's just a quote from me on page 46. Take a look. Different kinds of literature interested a variety of students. This is just about independent reading, and then it's a quote from me that says, I know that when the time comes, all my planning, hard work, and skills will definitely pay off in the end, Kaitlyn Pendleton says. Oh yeah, this was the 50th anniversary, and so my grandma was in the first class of my high school, so they did this little like now and then thing. So it's like me, and then my grandma. So I was in the ACE, which was Scholastic Bowl, which was like the Quiz Bowl team. So here's the Scholastic Bowl team. My bright red and pink combination. And then Extend, which was like the Smart People Club, I guess. I don't really remember us actually doing anything. Like what? Okay, this is another example of just the silliness. He said, she said. There's me with some of my more weird outfits. And I'm like, I love my book bag because if I didn't have it, I'd have entirely too much to carry in my hands. And then from the guy, book bags are going to be to carry all my books and homework to and from school. Please tell me, are your yearbooks as ridiculous as some of this? Like, I'm not alone, right? This is just the way high school yearbooks are. Here's little freshman me. Aww. And then, let's see, was Eric in this one? He's gonna, like, hate me for showing everyone his baby photos. I don't think I've seen this photo in a long time. Look at him. Why is he so cute? We're getting towards the end. Da, da, da. So this was my junior year. Another giant yearbook. Let's look me up. Yeah, see what I'm talking about with this? We keep adding more and more numbers. Here is me, studiously working away. Oh, okay, first of all, I spelled my name wrong. Writing down the day's events in her journal. This was a journal that my high school boyfriend at the time, he and I kept. We would write back and forth, and like we would write like risque things to each other, and it's very funny that this is the photo of me writing in it, and they're talking like she's writing down her day. A wonderful example of my interesting high school style right here. Got my moccasin boots, and then my little mini skirt, and then I'd wear a long shirt over it, and then I would put a belt like around my waist. Like where a belt would go, but it would be on the outside of my shirt to like hold it down. So junior year, I was in the Amarecos, there's me, which was the premier mixed show choir. Yeah, SCA again, there's me, another interesting outfit. I've got my hot pink shoes, and my magenta shirt, and then a turquoise shirt underneath. I don't know. And then I was on the actual SCA committee, I guess. You can see my outfit a little bit better there, where it's like, why? Oh, this is when I got bangs again. So adorable. This was the governor's school page. Here's us talking in the little locker area. One, look at the weird way I would stand. I've always stood super weird. I was like in some sort of ballerina plie. And also my panda shirt with my tiny cropped jacket. You can see the panda shirt a little better over here. That panda shirt was like one of my favorite pieces of clothing that I ever owned. This will be the last yearbook that Eric will be in, but there is one photo of him sitting at a lunch table in his like green t-shirt and gray hoodie, which is exactly how I remember him. Yeah, there he is. Oh, sitting there. I told you. That is exactly how I remember him. Last one, which will be my senior one. Let's see how many pages we're in. Oh yeah, this is the one. They completely spelled my name wrong. This is so, like, how? How did they mess it up that bad on my senior yearbook? I forget this every time, and then I come back and I look at it, and I'm like, why didn't they give me my money back? Bajillion pages. Here's me, sitting on the floor somewhere in another weird outfit. Look at all that hair though. Oh, look at me. So adorable. And then part of the wanting to, in your senior portrait, this is where they would like list all the things that you were a part of and for every year that you were a part of it. And so you wanted to like have it as long as possible. And looking back, no wonder I was exhausted. For some reason they broke up the Amarecos into women and men, but here's all the ladies. There's me again in the green. Aw, such a baby. Oh, and look, that was my boyfriend, high school boyfriend. The students on the ACE team treated practice like real matches. So intense. And then I guess I was in the extend picture too. Oh, so I was in extend art. That was like this weird little floral half zip up hoodie that I wore. I find the most fascinating things were my interesting outfits that I had in high school. Oh yes. National Honor Society. What was I? I think I was vice president. Everything just kind of blended together. So another National Honor Society thing, which look, I was vice president. I don't remember doing anything as vice president. More of my interesting outfits where I loved these like half sleeve zip up hoodies with like weird patterns. And then I would wear like a t-shirt under them. And then I would also have these like fake pearls. The last photo should be, these are all like senior portraits, things that like your parents would buy. There's me with all my stuffed animals. And then there's me in all my purple glory. So Kaitlyn, how blessed we are to have a daughter like you. You also remind you to stop and smell the roses along the way. You always be very special to us. The stop and smell the roses is because I was super intense, still super intense, and still don't really stop and smell the roses very often. I'm a lot better at it now than I was in high school though. Well, think we're done. Oh, wow, okay. What have we learned? I was obsessed with trying to be in the most things because somehow, like the longer the list of my activities was, then somehow that made me more interesting of a person or like more worthy of being loved. My problem is that I like desperately want people to like me and to love me and to pay attention to me. And you can definitely see that throughout high school, both in like the way that I dressed and this ever forward like press towards doing the most. But if you notice, I didn't even like remember being vice president of the NHS. So yeah, you can see how much impact that actually had on me, that it was a lot of things were just kind of a thing that I checked off. That's definitely something I can take into today, of not just doing something to do something or because it'll like look good on a resume, but actually enjoying the things that you spend your time on. You only get so many minutes, so many hours, so many days in your life. Why spend it doing things that you don't actually enjoy doing? Okay, we filmed enough for today. Thank you for coming with me down memory lane and pulling out these giant books with me. And looking at baby Kaitlyn because it was really cute and fun. If you liked this video or you just like listening to me, then make sure that you subscribe and turn on that notification bell so you know the moment there's a new video. And you can also follow me over on Instagram for all the rest of the Kaitlyn stuff you could possibly imagine. And I'll see you guys next Thursday. Bye!